हो क्या रहा है कि यार आज के दिन जो पेरेंट हैं वो क्या चाहते हैं, पेरेंट चाहते क्या है, रूट लेवल पे बात करें, वो चाहते हैं अपने बच्चे के लिए एक सेफ करियर ऑप्शन। पर आज का बच्चा क्या चाहता है, आज का बच्चा जो इस टाइम में पैदा हुआ है वो कुछ बड़ा करना चाहता है। He wants to do something big.
I called when they ran the show and my father was screaming. At that time, in my house also, I was getting told कि बेटा this is a waste of time, you know. ये सब लोग retirement के बात करते हैं. I remember one thing happened. My father saw that I am constantly, going from one place to another. I'm always busy. I'm doing some stuff. He got to know. And he told my mother that, tell her that, because I left medical also to go in the college. So I left a medical. My father wanted me to be in medical, and I was a very good student. I was all A's and everything. And I took a decision where I felt it's not good for my mental health, and I left medical after 2 years. I did clear my NEET, and she was like, no. And I was like, I can't do it anymore. So my father was really mad at me at that time. And then he saw me doing this. And then he's asked my mother that, what she's doing. Is it going to make any sense, Is it not going to help her in any way? So I remember, and everybody used to ask her a question. My mother came and sat me on my bed and said, Beta, I know you want to do this and I know you're doing really good. But you know what? Why don't you do this when you have your own money? When you have a job, when you're making some money so that you can do it, and my sister used to also come and tell me in the same room. I've cried, I've done everything. This is the room where I've seen it all. And I'll tell you one thing. It is one thing which I think I was very determined that if I want to do something, it will not for with my parents' money. I cannot do that. It was not an option. It was because it was like already they are like I'm wasting my life, and I understand. My father is now my biggest supporter. Wow. I feel like, कि यार अब मुझसे नहीं हो रहा, I'm feeling down. He's like, you need to do this. उठ जा, And he's like the best person who's like, I want to open a school for Sarvani. He's like, I want you to open a school. And he's like, let me offer, help. Let me tell you how can we do that. I say, Papa, nahi, I'll do it on my time. But he's a supporter now. But he was, every parent is scared for the child's future.
Yeah, man.
The child. You cannot blame the parent because, they don't want you to suffer. They don't want you to feel like that you're left behind or you're not doing well in your career and you're sad because all your friends got into good college and got a good job and you are there. They don't want you to go through that. So so it's okay for them to feel that way, to be protective of you. So I never held that against my parents that, they didn't support me in the very beginning. I think the 1 year I felt was my family was not only. It was I think after 1 year when my father he never came to any function. Okay, so he came to the Sarvani's first birthday and Sarvani Hola that event, and I remember my father standing there, and I don't know, he was so proud. His eyes, I was so proud, and he felt that actually I'm doing something which is actually making a difference. And and then from that day I felt my father is on my side and he'll never leave. And I remember I was in Mumbai and when I got featured on national television. I think I was on Republic or something. Okay, so I just told them in the morning that they have told the editor say that you will go live on this time. Okay. I told my father, and my mother told me, it's like, your father went crazy. He was like, had the TV on. He was like waiting when it will come. And I remember when I came, I called when they ran the show, and my father was screaming. And I never have seen my father like that. And he was screaming with joy. And I remember my sister, she was working as a data analyst in Dubai at that time. She called me and she said she was also emotional. She said, I'd never seen Papa like this. She called my mama and Papa was like, I don't want to talk because he was screaming so much. He was ecstatic. So I think it is you cannot anybody in your life, even if your friends, maybe at that time they're not able to understand you. Maybe the people who are like mocking you, but it is only time which will tell. And you need to give that time. You need to give that time to yourself. Also, if you think you're not able to figure out, you're not sure what you want to do, you need to and also give them time. They don't know which boat you are on. They don't know how hard it is. They don't know how many doubts you might have, Tanay and Rohan. Is this
Yeah.
work? Should we do it? Should we do something else? You don't know your story. So you need to tell your story in your way, and you need to you need to give them the opportunity to tell their side of the story.
Tanny na, he's divana about the podcast. I think he'll phrase it far better than me.
Divana?
Yeah, Divana, as in, I talk about the podcast a lot. I mean, there are times when, मैं और Rohan, after our day, we just come on call to chill thoda. And I'm talking about the podcast. Rohan is like, तने नहीं यार, तो मेरे को दिमाग में चलाने को बोल.
Even I'm tired.
You need to have that passion.
Yeah.
You need to absorb yourself in that so much that it is all that you think of. I just imagine when I used to Sarvani, I used to sit in class. मेरे को class में attendance पूरा करने के लिए तो जाना पड़ता था ना 75. Our college was very into it. Like you need to have attend classes, which I respect. Because now we are running a Patshala, we want the children to come. They don't come. Why are you not there? Okay, but the thing is, I used to keep on sketching its logo. Every piece of paper I used to find it like Sarvani. Every conversation I used to have, it was about Sarvani. It will always be about thing that I love. Anything. If I'm working on a startup, okay, right now. So all my conversation, if I'm talking about, it's like it's consumed. We are consumed in the idea. Because
Absolutely, yeah.
Have that. It is because you're creating something. Just imagine it is like giving birth. I don't know if you're like, I have not given birth. You like this is. I'm just.
Nor have I.
I think this is something that you create within you. Birth is not like putting a baby out. It's like you are creating something, and you're creating something. You need to be in love and consumed with the idea of that art. Maybe it is not too practical. Maybe think people as like a little too on the end. But I think for somebody like me, I don't know if it's the Scorpion energy or what. It is just, I think it's just so, it's this, I'm somebody who will create it with the soul of it. So I will be involved with it. So I will grow with it. So I used to just imagine everything with Sarvani. I used to imagine this and that. So I think it's a very good thing if you're consumed with it. Because if you're consumed with it, it will keep you on track. It will keep you going. And it is a very important thing for if you want to really go the extra step. Everybody in life they give their 100%. Okay? 100% हर कोई दे रहा है. Everybody is giving their 100%. Their 100% is everybody is giving. But what makes you go this 10% more? The sheer love that you have. I've seen so many people starting so many projects and they do give their 100%. They become successful. But what makes you the next level thing is the extra 10%. And that 10% doesn't come from any book or any motivational seminar. My speech is broken now. I think
I think I relate to what you just said.
So it won't come from any podcast, okay? It will come from within, and I think you need to create it. That's it.
Sahi baat
hai. I actually started this YouTube thing in September of 2020 and I've had so many failures. I tell you, I did around 100 vlogs, Drishti. 100 vlogs, commentary, reaction videos, everything I've tried and none of it has worked really. But I still haven't given up, dude. It could have been so easy to give up and just go try out something else. But something just keeps me going. That something is not even the numbers.
I'm so sorry for interrupting. If you have this attitude, I'm telling you, you will be really successful. Okay? I don't know whether it happens after 2 years, 4 years. I don't know. But if you have the sheer love and motivation, that is my belief in the the God, or maybe it's my belief in the conviction that you have that this is going to work. And it will all make sense. It will one day, every effort, every failure will make sense to you. I am very young. I am also building my own life. Okay, I have only experienced only 1% of what I think is success in my own definition.
Wow.
Okay, even less than that if I be very honest with you. And because I don't want to come as somebody who's not modest, okay? But I'll tell you what I have set, what goals I had in my mind for myself, then I'm not even close, okay? But the thing is, if you have this conviction and the love, just be ready for the ride, you know.
Hmm.
And most people, we are not ready for the ride. We want to go jump. I am telling you, everybody keep on coming me and say, yaar, ये followers कैसे बढ़ते हैं यार, इतनी होती है. I'll tell you, I so one thing I'll be very honest, okay? So I don't think so. There are many people who follow me because they think, oh, you know, she's doing great work, okay?
Uh-huh.
And I know that. I am very honest with it. I know there are like 99% people, men or boys, young boys, who just follow because they think, oh, look at this girl, she may look cute to them or something like that, okay? And I understood that concept. But uh, I used to create videos when my profile was 200 followers, which I was in Pune. I was studying. I was a very private person. I am not very social person. I am not at all social. Okay, which is
Uh-huh.
weird to know for people
Yeah.
because they say, oh yeah, you are on social media and you go out. I'm not social. I have friends and I've been friends with people who I'm with friends with. I've been friends with years. So my best friend is like, we have a friendship of 14 years.
Oof.
Okay? And I think my newest friend is 5 years old.
Oh my God.
So I'm somebody who uh, uh, is not somebody who is like very social, who say go out and you know do parties and fun like that. I'm not that person. So when you come from that, I was still creating videos on you know reels when they came out, or even before that, I had this private YouTube channel where I create these videos, and I put that, and you know I used to get like 500 views. I was okay with that. I was still that much happy. When I started hitting 100K, I was still that person. So Tanay, what it you know, it's a prep time. So because you're prepping, you know don't stop because you're getting 100 views or you're not getting 50 views. This prep is for when you hit that 1 million, how you will handle it,
Hmm.
because the people who you know go like this, they also fall like this. So this is how
Hmm.
their graph goes. People who are you know, you look at any, even I think if you look at any business who grows like this on an exponential level, you'll find all those startups, they are actually going bankrupt. They are
Hmm.
losses because when you don't have a sustainable growth, you won't be able to sustain your own sanity. Just forget about success. Just, you know, we all are craving for success, success. Just think about as a human being, because you have seen failure, because you have worked with that, because you've been okay with that failure. When success comes, or even if success doesn't come, it will not bother you. It should not change you. Just imagine
Hmm.
that people started telling me what it feels like to be on the national television, what it feel like to have these interviews, what it feel like to be this and that and blah blah shit. I said यार मुझे जब 3 साल किसी ने न्यूज़पेपर में इतना छोटा सा सरवानी को मेंशन भी नहीं किया, तब भी मैं वही काम कर रही थी. ठीक है, जब लोग
Wow.
पूछते हैं, तब भी मैं वही काम कर रही हूँ. Does that make a difference? मतलब मुझे 3 साल किसी ने, मतलब मैं आई एम टेलिंग यू, रोहन एंड तन्या, इतना सा भी 2 लाइन नहीं छपा न्यूज़पेपर में. अब इतने मदर्स डे पे भी उन्होंने मेरे मदर के साथ इतना बड़ा ब्लॉग डाल दिया. अब यहाँ के लोकल न्यूज़पेपर ने, मतलब किसी को कुछ होता है कुछ डाल देते हैं, ठीक है, क्या फर्क पड़ा. मतलब काम तो वही कर रहे थे ना. इट इज एंड डू समथिंग विच यू लव यार, जो तुम्हें लगेगा. मैं नवाजुद्दीन का इंटरव्यू देख रही थी एंड आई थिंक इट सेड समथिंग वेरी नाइस. तो ही सेड कि जब मैं आया मुंबई में, हमारा ऑप्शन नहीं था फेलियर का. 10 साल लगते, 50 लगते, कहता 20 लगते, 30 लगते और 50 भी लगते, तब भी हम यही करते.
Hmm.
So it
Wow, yeah.
was the love for the art, the conviction that you have for what you're doing. So, and the reason is, you will, even if you don't make it now in the make it thing like success and blah blah shit, you know, which you have in your mind is the only way to lead a happy life. Even if you don't do that now, you will lead a very happy and a better life than people who did something they never wanted to do, you
Oof.
know, and they're
Crazy.
doing it, but they are in your life. You think they're successful, but in their own heart, they know that they are leading a life which is a lie. They're doing something they don't want to do, but they're just doing it for the heck of it. So you will lead a better life. So you're always on the high.
You know, most likely you are here because you really like the conversation, right? And we have good news for you. We have around the podcast which we shot like with Drishti is like 2 hours, and you know how obviously YouTube पे नहीं डाल सकते because we essentially want you to just plug in your earphones, close your eyes, sit down, relax and listen to the podcast. So the full podcast, the पूरा 2 घंटे का podcast is out on Spotify. I'll be giving the link to the entire podcast in the description below. And अगर आपको हमारे वीडियोस पसंद आए तो सब्सक्राइब कर दीजिए, लाइक कर दीजिए, and give us a follow on our socials. Come say hi. And yeah, that's all I have to say for this video. Take care. Bye.